my kid. Golf courses.
Is it? And there have been some pictures and stuff. Abby was thinking of going there out of high school until we saw the bill. It was like 70 with help. It was like, sit up there.
It's 10 times nicer in the morning.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But like a central college town. Yeah, that's what I was.
Just bigger.
Mhm.
The May 12th, 2025 Ohio County Board of Education meeting is hereby called to order at 6 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. Mr. Garber will not be joining us tonight, and Mr. Albertini will be joining us by phone. Dr. Miller, would you like to give us the superintendent's information?
Yes, several pieces of information tonight. I'd like to congratulate our Trailblazer Award recipients. This year, Mrs. Buton and I were talking about how great our first, second, and third year, fourth year, fifth year teachers are, and wanted to come up with a way that we can congratulate them, encourage them to stay in education. So each school, each administrator nominated a Trailblazer in each of their buildings, and we had the opportunity of going to school to congratulate them and present them with a golden apple. So it was a great experience and a great way to reward our newest teachers. We recently had our final parent advisory board meeting, very well attended. Discussion items included legislative updates, safety updates, attendance, federal programs, general summative assessment, and celebration of arts. And certainly want to thank those members for attending all year, and it was really nice because some of them said even though their kids are transitioning to another school, another programmatic level, that they wanted to stay on on that group. So certainly hope to see that grow. I wanted to share with the board that I received a letter from Howard Sufer commending Michelle Strope, a teacher at Wheeling Middle School, and her students for the We the People showcase hearings that were held at Wheeling Middle School. Just want to share this with you because sometimes we don't always mention all the great things. And Mr. Sufer took the time to send me this letter. It says, I can't help but share with you how very impressed I was Monday, May 5th, when one of 3 judges of the We the People showcase hearings at Wheeling Middle School. In this capstone activity for We the People social studies curriculum, the students in small teams took turns acting as a panel of expert witnesses testifying before a simulated congressional committee. The congressional committee was examining the development, principles, and impacts of the United States Constitution, including its application to present-day issues. After the students in each panel all participated in an opening statement that they wrote as a team, they responded to extemporaneous questions from the judges. The questions asked them to share their informed opinions on the judges' unrehearsed questions about the framers, the background and dynamics of the Constitutional Convention, the compromises that were made at the convention, and the Constitution's important provisions and its relevance in today's world. Their answers to the questions showed an impressive understanding of the issues. I was most impressed by the students' poise, knowledge, teamwork, and especially the substance of the responses to me and the other judges. It is no exaggeration to say that the student panel showed an amazing understanding of the fundamentals of a democracy that I would not expect to witness in all students in upper grades or even some people of voting age. Kudos to the teacher, Michelle Strope. I understand that she has invested significant time and effort in learning and teaching the We the People curriculum. Ms. Strope has clearly ignited her students' interest in the principles of our republic, which in turn ought to produce wise future voters and leaders. Sincerely, Howard Sufer. Certainly, that was a wonderful piece of information to receive today. And congratulations to Ms. Strope. Our general summative assessment, I believe our teachers have worked diligently to prepare our students for the assessment. I'm very impressed by the motivation and ongoing work throughout the entire year to best prepare our students for this moment. I also want to thank our families for helping our students throughout the year. It was a true team effort, and I think we're going to be very pleased. Congratulations to our park players on a tremendous performance into the woods. It was unbelievable. As soon as you walked in the pack, the whole pack was decorated. Kids were it was outstanding. And finally, wanted to share another piece of information. I apologize for being so lengthy, but just a lot of information. Recently, I read an article in the in the State Journal that I shared at our superintendent's meeting last Friday, and I thought it would be very important to share with the board. It says West Virginia Hope Scholarship enrollment expected to reach 50,000 by 2026. Enrollment in West Virginia's Hope Scholarship program is expected to grow from 11,000 students to 50,000 students in 2026, dramatically increasing the program's financial footprint. It was funded at about $100 million this year and expected to require an increasingly large share of the state's education spending in the years ahead. State officials expect rising revenues may cover the cost increases, but Treasury Secretary Larry Pack warned that expanding the program will likely force tough budget choices elsewhere. It goes on to state the second year it was about 5,000 students, and this year we're at 11,000 students. We're projecting about 20,000 students for the school year beginning in August and the rest of the year. Next year there'll be $5,500 per student. If it's 50,000 students and 5,500 students, it's basically $300 million. So as we move through into our next school year, certainly these kind of numbers will have some sort of impact. I can tell you, in Ohio County schools, we currently have 376 children that have been approved. So just here in Ohio County, that's $2,068,000 that will be spent on children choosing other options. And that's all I have for now.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. Any questions for Dr. Miller on her superintendent's information? Hearing none. Item 3 on our agenda is the Moments for Mission. Molly, would you kick us off?
Sure. I also attended the musical, and it was wonderful. It's such an incredible production with so many different students from so many different backgrounds and skill sets being involved. I love to see it, from the set production and the art design to the students who help direct it to the students who actually are part of the production or just part of the ensemble, the singing, etc. So it was really a great performance. I always love to go and see that, and I really want to commend all of the teachers and everyone who assisted with that and all of the students who put on a very, very impressive performance. Looking forward, as always, to celebrating all the students that we have here tonight. We love when we have kids here that we get to celebrate and talk about all the great things that are happening in Ohio County schools. And I wish a strong finish to the school year for our teachers and students. We're getting there, so good luck.
Thank you, Molly. Ann?
I'd like to also say that today I was at the United Bank here in the Grove, and I could hear the students from Bridge Street out for their recess. And it is so wonderful to hear the laughter, the fun. So Ohio County Schools offers so much, but it's thanks to the kids that make us look good. And that's everybody here tonight, also everybody through the whole school year. We do offer very many things, subjects, like Molly said, the musical department, everything. That it's just so much to say that, but today, like I said, my heart just welled with hearing the laughter. So this is why we need to send our kids to Ohio County schools. It's not just for the learning, but it's the friends you make along the way. You'll have them forever. So please keep that in mind and help your children. There's so many activities they can join, even just to go support, just to be the fan club, just to be backing your friends. This is what it's all about, is your life as a student and going through the high school. They will have a parade of the graduates in the schools that they went to school, so that the younger students can see what the accomplishments that they have made. And like I said, thank you again, because you make us look good. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. Bernie?
Yeah, I had the pleasure of attending the Parent Advisory Council meeting as well. And just to echo what Dr. Miller said, I think it was very well attended and very engaging dialogue, so I think that's great. And then I unfortunately was not able to attend the spring play, however, I talked to several that did, who just said it was remarkable. So great job, everyone there, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Let's go and acknowledge some accomplishments in our county schools. In Union Park High School Music Department, they dominated music and the parts. Great for them. X-Ray Home took home the Energy Award for the Innovative Division at the VEX Robotics World. All of those young students are returning home as we speak. The Winter Park High School Eagle Precisions was recognized by the Explorer the New Manufacturing. So we are having success in areas, within multiple areas of our education. I was unable to attend the military signing, though. I appreciate all of those young men and women willing to serve our country, and hope that I can make it next year. Dr. Miller, we have Parade of Champions.
Yes, this is you time. Okay.
And I'm going to hand it over to Claire. Claire, you're going to go to that podium right over there.
No.
Claire needs a microphone.
Hello?
I don't know that that's working, Claire.
Just come here.
Hello?
I think. Hello? All right, just, well, now we're going to get feedback. Let's see how that works.
Hello?
Hello?
My name is Claire DeMasi. Allow me to introduce and thank my parents, Regina and Julio DeMasi, for being here today. I'm a sophomore art and speech student at Wheeling Park High School, and I placed second in the state of West Virginia in Sculpture Division and Pennies for Art. I just want to thank the teachers, Mrs. Stephanie Freeman, Miss Melissa Marshall, and Mr. Rush Schultz, for endlessly pouring into the students and supporting us in art endeavors. On behalf of the art department and Wheeling Park High School, thank you to the board members, community, parents, and teachers who always supported our program. The General Federation for Women's Clubs was founded in 1890 with the goal to unify women's clubs and encourage community strength through volunteerism. They have founded numerous scholarships to support our youth. The Pennies for Art scholarships are state awards given to talented students from 6th to 12th grade. The students we are about to recognize have placed first or second at the state level and were shown at the GFWC Conference Art, Craft, and Photography Show alongside talented state artists at the Greenbrier Estate. This prestigious honor is a testament to each student artist's hard work, talent, and dedication to their crafts. With contenders such as Nitro, Charleston, it was joked that Lisa Sasso, our Wheeling GFWC contact in Wheeling Park High School, brought all of the competition. Without further ado, allow me to announce my fellow state 2025 Penny for Art winners. The parents of Rachel Lewis are Jennifer and Brian Lewis. Rachel placed second in Basic Creative Stitchery with Star Hoodie. The parents of Christian Yost are Heather and Derek Yost. Christian placed first in Pen and Ink with Cacophony and honorably mentioned grand prize overall. The parent of Brooke O'Callop is Christine O'Callop. Brooke placed first in Mixed Media with Alien Women. The parent of Kaylin Nider is Christian Nider. Kaylin placed first in Charcoal Drawing. The parents of Haley Lawson are Mark and Sasha Lawson. Haley placed second in watercolors with her watercolor painting of peacocks. The parents of Kenzie Painter are Christian and Chad Painter. Kenzie placed first in colored pencil drawing. The parents of Nevaeh Violet are Nicole and Bruce Daniel Bruce. Nevaeh placed first in graphic design with her digital artwork from Miss Melissa Marshall's class. The parents of Chloe Brumner are Sarah and Keith Brumner. Chloe placed first in oil and acrylic paint with What the Photos Don't Show Part 1. The parent of Jay White is James White. Jay placed first in oil and acrylic paint with What the Photos Don't Show Part 2. In closing, congratulations to all the students on their accomplishments.
Thank you, Claire. Okay, their artwork is so beautiful that we have to take just a moment. If you guys come out here so people can see you, like in front of that television, and if they could take just a few moments, our art show this year at Wheeling Park High School was like a professional showcase. It was absolutely unbelievable. So I'm going to pass this microphone down to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your piece.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm Nevaeh Violet, and I did the piece for Melissa Marshall's class. It's pop art of Robin Williams. She told us to pick somebody that we like or just as famous, and I really like Robin Williams, so I decided to do that for my piece. I had a really fun time in all the classes, in Ms. Freeman's and Mr. Schultz's classes. They have done amazing work for just being art teachers themselves, and they help a lot. They really do.
Great job.
My name's Kayla Niter, and we were supposed to do a self-portrait, but if you can't tell, I have a twin brother, so I just decided to add him instead of like making it like funky, like a funky face instead of that. But so, yeah, I decided to draw my twin brother, and I named it Two Peas in a Pod, so it kind of makes sense. But my experience as a sophomore has been great, and I'm looking forward to doing more art, but yeah.
My name is Christian Yost. This is a surrealist piece I did called Cacophony of Ruin. It's meant to represent like the stress with how time changes things around us, whether that be destruction, growth, or just general change. I tried to capture that with this piece, and I'm very happy with how it came out.
Yes, good.
My name is Brooke Callop, and my piece, the main theme really is just whimsy and creativity, but it also sort of represents how it can feel alienating to have to move to different states and, you know, like just go through all new experiences and meet new people. But it can still be beautiful, and you can still find a way to thrive and be creative.
Hi, I'm Claire DeMassey again. This is my art piece, which I placed second for. It was our final project in Art 2, and it was a clay mask, and I really like this design. I don't really have a deep explanation for it, unlike the others. But if I would have to say, it's like the hiding your emotions and then letting them resurface. But it was very nice creating this mask, and thanks to Ms. Freeman for her encouraging me to actually enter into Pennies for Art. So thank you.
Again, these students, this was all placed up at the Celebration of Arts, and I walked around like, I cannot believe these are high school students that are producing this quality of work. So congratulations and thank you. Any questions for the board?
No, congratulations. You guys are really talented. We're proud.
Explanations, so those were terrific to get a little background. The one on Robin Williams, is that from his stand-up or Mork and Mindy days, or?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay, that's definitely his younger days, for sure.
Definitely younger in it.
Yes, yes,
Thank you for sharing with us, guys.
Fantastic.
thank you.
All right, we'll just give the room a moment.
So with what Mr. Croft is implying, that if you really want to leave, now's your chance, or you're stuck here until the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, most people do. Yeah.
It's okay.
Thank
It's all
you.
right.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, guys.
I'll be seeing you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, congrats.
I love Robin Williams too.
Track girl, basketball girl.
All right, get some photos out there. We're Golden Horseshoe.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Saunders.
Mr. Saunders? Okay.
And this is Karen.
Mr. Croft, members of the board, Dr. Miller, central office staff and guests, here. I'm just gonna pass off to Mr. Rideout, but Golden Horseshoe started way before an expedition, before West Virginia was even a state. And now we have over 90-year tradition of awarding the Golden Horseshoe. The special thing I always try to mention about this one is you only get one chance. It's your 8th grade year, you get one test. It's not like you can take the SAT over and over and over and get a monster score or any of that stuff. It's just one chance. So it's a very special opportunity and very proud of our students when they achieve that. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Rideout. He is the West Virginia history teacher at Philadelphia Middle School.
Ms. Saunders? Dr. Miller, Mr. Jones, Mr. Croft, board members, and guests. Since 1930, the Golden Horseshoe Award has recognized outstanding West Virginia students, with Ohio County's first recipient honored in 1936. Since then, 393 students from Ohio County have received this prestigious award, including at least 300 from Ohio County Public Schools. There are 7 years where they didn't keep track, at least they don't post which school they came from, so I can't account for those 7 years. The first Golden Horseshoe recipient from a Triadelphia named school was a student at Triadelphia Grade School in 1960, followed by a Triadelphia Junior High's first winner in 1964. Today I am proud to present the 85th Triadelphia student to earn this honor, Julie Brammer. Julie, daughter of Sarah and Keith Branner, is an exceptional and versatile student. She excels in all her endeavors, actively participating in the strings ensemble, the speech and debate team, as well as competing in cross-country and track, where she scored points this year running the 3,200 meters at the PAC 8 Championship. I am honored to present to you Julie Brammer.
Congratulations.
I'll just get to sit there.
It was a good try, though. Can you tell us about your experience taking the test? Like, what kind of a test was it?
It was multiple choice. I did not take the essay, so I didn't have very high expectations of winning, but I was very excited when I found out that I won. I think my biggest motivation for it was my grandmother won the Golden Horseshoe,
Oh, nice.
so I'm happy I got to kind of continue that.
Congratulations.
So what's an odd West Virginia historical fact we probably don't know?
The state fossil is the Jefferson ground sloth, if I remember correctly.
Well played.
Okay.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The essay portion only counts versus a tie.
Oh, I see.
Scored high enough not to.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
I was
terrific.
wondering. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, congrats.
Okay. Yeah, good.
It's me, I'll be right back.
We're not going anywhere.
Next up
You have to speak slowly.
is the...
No, it's all right. Mr. Jones, you're on.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No.
Oh, for stand, I thought you meant school safety. My stand-up, I mean. What?
He's like, oh, I wasn't paying attention.
All right. Karen, Purple Star Awards schools, please.
Good evening, Dr. Miller, Mr. Jones, President Croft. The West Virginia Department of Education and the Common Ground Partnership announced the 2025 class of Purple Star Award recipients. These are schools and districts that recognize the unique supports needed for students of military families to succeed in the classroom. They provide a productive and engaging system of community and educational support. I'd like to welcome Mr. Drew Villani. He is the principal at Bethlehem Elementary and West Liberty Elementary, both of which are Purple Star Award recipients, and that also includes when he was the assistant principal at Triadelphia Middle School, earning that designation as well. Mr. Villani?
President Croft, Dr. Miller, Mr. Jones, members of the board, and guests. The Purple Star Award is a recognition for schools and districts creating a friendly and supportive learning environment for military-connected families and their children. The Common Ground Partnership consists of the military, government, and community-based organizations that support the success of all students while focusing on the needs of military-connected students who often experience unique circumstances and stressors due to the unpredictable nature of military deployments. This year marks the 5th year in which schools have been recognized by the Department of Education and the Common Ground Partnership. Triadelphia Middle School was part of the 2nd class, Bethlehem Elementary School and West Liberty Elementary School was part of the 3rd class, and Wheeling Park High School the 4th class. Some of the activities my schools and I have been part of include an annual Veterans Day breakfast program, celebrating Purple Up Day by wearing purple in the month of April, displaying a wall of heroes with each military branch, placing American flags at veteran graves at Pearl Cemetery in West Liberty, teaching proper flag etiquette and flag burning ceremony with the American Legion, inviting the Army National Guard to be guest readers, collecting student donations that help support community organizations like Helping Heroes, the Vet Center in Bethlehem, and the Polish American Patriot Club Veterans Breakfast this year. But my favorite is reuniting family members in person or by surprise Zoom meetings. My schools and I were also selected by Robert Mellis and the West Virginia Department of Education Communications team to promote a video for April's military, the month of the military child, as we are leading the state with so many activities supporting our children. We can take a look at the video now.
Our Purple Star School supports military children and provides them the necessary resources while they enter our school district and our school, or also during deployment when family members happen to leave. Within our Ohio County schools, we are one of 4 schools that are Purple Star Award schools. It means the world that our schools are Purple Award schools. We provide them assistance, we support them, we give constant check-ins to make sure that they are doing well, and if there's any way that we can provide any other community resources that would be beneficial to those families. The reunions are very special. That's one of my favorite things to do for some of the students. I just showed them that we care, that we're there for them, and if we can make their day, that's what we're here for. Just the excitement on their face to be reunited, and then every student and staff member that it's all that pure joy of being reunited with that family member. It's a service.
Yes, that was with my dad, because he is a pilot. He got deployed to the border for a year, and they wanted to do a surprise FaceTime call with him. I thought it was just going to be with Mr. Villani's friend, and since I was on student council, I was going to help out. But it was actually with my dad. That was a really great surprise. It's kind of hard to not be able to see him a lot because every kid wants to see their parents. But since he's in the military, a lot of people look up to the military because they're doing a bunch of good deeds. And during that day, it makes me feel proud that I have a dad like that. And just knowing that I've been through it before makes me feel better.
Would you say your dad's your hero?
Yes.
To do something like that for the kids and the families is, I think it's a really nice thing that they do. Just knowing that there's programs like that in place, because your family's going through a stressful time. You don't necessarily have that loved one there to lean on and help out with things, and the school's been very helpful, very supportive while I was away from them. So
it's very special to see that those moments take place, because those students, you just made their day. You made that family feel special, and we're here for them. I think the most important message is to raise awareness for those families that are going through deployment or having a family member that is in service and not there to support these families. I think anything that we can do to raise awareness for those children and families would be the best beneficial. So as a Purple Award school, we are proud of that, and we recommend that we get as many schools on board as possible.
So there are some districts within the state of West Virginia, I think some local ones are Brooke County, Tyler, Wetzel County, where all of their schools are Purple Star Award schools. There is, the West Virginia Department of Ed does have a resolution, just an example on the state website, so if you guys are interested in that, or if all of our schools are interested in participating, I'd be willing to work with them throughout this process, and best of luck. You guys have any questions for me in the schools?
I don't. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. I think it's a great program, and I hope that we can get more schools signed up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that was a great video. Whoever put it together.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Balloon.
It's awesome.
All right, personnel, Dr. Miller.
Yes, we'd like to congratulate Mr. John Jordan, who is retiring from a position as a 220-day school principal assigned to Ritchie Elementary School, effective June 30th. Mr. Jordan has been employed with the Hyde County Schools for 40 years. Jenny Mancuso is retiring from her position as a 200-day art teacher assigned to Woodsdale Elementary School, effective June 30th. She has been employed with the Hyde County Schools for 6 years. Dorothy Boyd, is retiring from a position as a 220-day Secretary 3 assigned to Wheeling Park High School effective June 30th. Ms. Boyd has been employed with the Hyde County Schools for 37 and a half years. Wow. And all other personnel is presented.
Any questions for Dr. Miller on the personnel issues? Hearing none, we have a motion to accept the personnel as presented.
So moved.
Oh,
Second.
you got a first from Bernie, you got a second from Molly. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion unanimously passes. Reports and follow-up. Now it's you, Mr. Jones.
Just very briefly, as we approach the end of the school year, just wanted to thank everybody. It's a combined effort from staff, parents, students, everybody, the school board supporting things. We've had a safe school year. Starting off day one with a lockdown, we've only gone up from there, but every situation is, first day, it just seems like yesterday. Every situation seems to be handled better and better and better, and it's everybody. It's bus drivers, it's parents reporting things, students using the Stop It app. Our resource officers are tremendous, our staff's great, and we just keep improving, I feel like, in that area, and I'm happy about it. So just want to thank everybody for that.
Any questions for Mr. Jones?
No.
I noticed we have the metal detectors coming into the board office today. So those
Emotional.
mobility of them is easy, and you set it for whatever you needed to. And in spite of that, Jocelyn made it in.
She did.
Do you use them every day at the high school?
They use them randomly.
Okay.
They can't, to use them every day, it'd be hard to get everybody in. So they use them randomly. They use them at events randomly. I don't know exactly how often, but I check with them, and yeah, they use them.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Periodic.
Jones.
Yep.
OCEA Executive Committee, Dr. Miller.
Yes, Mr. Treveri, Ms. Craig?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. like to take a second, right at the beginning and just give a couple updates and announcements. I speak better off the cuff than I do reading, so I'm gonna try to keep that off as long as I can. At the end of March, our two teachers unions, the AFT West Virginia and WVEA, voted to merge. We are, I think, the 5th state to do so. So it's a pretty significant accomplishment. We're really excited about it. We've been trying to build the OCEA in anticipation of that, and we have some new faces in our leadership team that I wanted to introduce, as well as some old faces too. We have Rita Brinsky, who is our secretary. She's a graduate of Wheeling Park High School, and she's back from Marion County. We're lucky to have her. We have Hillary Richardson right here, and she is also from Wheeling Park grad. No, not Wheeling Park.
John Marshall grad.
Oh,
Yes.
but from West
Liberty
Virginia.
grad. How about that?
She fits right in, so we're lucky to have her. But she's from, comes back here from Colorado. We have Vinnie Tredofia on the executive committee, and then Jenny Craig and myself serve as co-presidents now. So, personally, I feel really lucky to be here tonight and see all the current and former students showing their artwork. It really just, I feel lucky to teach in this county. So, what I'd like to do is really emphasize that moving forward in our merged union, Education West Virginia, that we want to establish a partnership between our union and the central office and the board. So I'm going to read this letter on behalf of our membership and our executive committee. We'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for the unwavering dedication and commitment that each of you shows to our students, staff, and community of Ohio County. Your efforts to ensure a positive learning environment and to support our educational programs are deeply appreciated. We also want to take this opportunity to thank you for supporting the PEIA petition that you signed earlier this year. Unfortunately, as you're aware, the legislature did not take action to address the budget shortfalls to PEIA or to pass any legislation providing salary increases for school employees to help offset the rising cost of health care. This fiscal year alone, PEI members are facing an average premium increase of 14% starting this July, along with significant increases in deductibles, out-of-pocket maximums, and co-pays for various services, including therapy, emergency care, outpatient treatments, and pharmacy medications, some of which are going up between 50 and 100%. Furthermore, the spousal penalty has more than doubled from $147 to $350 a month. As we strive to maintain the high standards of our educational system, PEIA concerns the rising cost of living in the area, we would like to bring to your attention the pressing need for a 5% overall salary increase for our employees. Many of our highly qualified staff are considering opportunities in neighboring counties such as Marshall and Wetzel, where compensation packages are more attractive, particularly in terms of salary rates and health benefits, including health supplemental stipends. To remain competitive, we also propose an increase in the supplemental pay for academic coaches to $1,675. Currently, the supplemental compensation for academic coaches in Ohio County is only 14.9% of what similar positions offer in neighboring districts. We understand that budget constraints and funding losses are significant challenges, and Dr. Miller, bringing up the Hope Scholarship is something that we're deeply concerned with, and I think the public needs to hear a lot more about of what that's going to do to our school district and our community. So thank you for bringing that up. However, it is essential that we prioritize retaining highly qualified staff so that we can uphold the tradition of providing exemplary educational opportunities for our students. Our dedicated teachers and school service personnel are passionate about the roles in Ohio County schools, as they're confronted with tough decisions regarding their futures as they seek better opportunities elsewhere, and sometimes outside of education, which is especially difficult. While we appreciate the benefits provided, including dental and optical insurance especially, the 2024 school year has been particularly challenging. As a result, many are contemplating leaving for more favorable conditions in neighboring counties and states. We respectfully ask to work together to review the budget for the 2025-2026 school year, exploring avenues to increase overall salaries, supplemental health insurance, stipends, and academic salaries. We hope that we can review the options as a team and build a framework for this collaboration to continue moving forward, building goodwill and positive relationships, in addition to ensuring our quality staff are heard and valued in the process. Demonstrating teamwork and enhancing these compensation packages will help us attract and retain the highest quality professionals dedicated to making a lasting impact on our Ohio County school community. Thank you for your attention and all that you do to support our educational mission. Together we can continue to build a robust and thriving educational environment for our students and families. I can answer any questions you have.
Okay, Bernie, let me start with you because I can't make eye contact with you. And, if you have any questions for Tim, please ask those, and I will go last.
I can't hear you, Dave. Sorry.
So, if you have questions, ask them.
Do you have any questions?
I do not have questions. Thank you.
Okay, Ann,
No, I have none, thank you.
Molly?
I don't have any. Thank you for taking the time to come out and present and providing us with this letter and the information. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, but let's have a discussion, because this is not easy for us. And one of the things I think we've got to consider is, and I'm a firm believer, is you pay your people well to keep them, because we're in a competitive environment. So it's just not recruitment, it's retention. And I'm sure you've got an idea when you make this request what that's going to cost, understanding we're already $8.5 million down. And the decision, guys, we're going to have to wrestle with is, do we have less people that have better benefits and more pay? Because we can't create more money. And that's, I'd like to have a work session to go over our budget and say, look, let's peel off layers, let's see how can we do the most with the limited resources we have. And I understand we're a very blessed county with the excess levy and the amount of money that contributes to our salaries. And the other point, and I'm, again, 1 of 5, and I'm just speaking David Croft, board member, is the state needs to keep its promise. And I'm not willing, as we sit here, to say we're just going to let them off the hook. I was in attendance to the governor's 100-day event, and he mentioned a special session on PEIA and the student aid formula. I'll be curious to see what comes out of that. I would hope when we have a special meeting to talk about budget that you would participate. And it's not going to be pleasant. Because when you have a limited amount, someone's going to get something, somebody's not. And as long as we are all transparent with that, and that to the extent that we are budgeting and reducing certain programming, that it's still in the best interest of Ohio County Schools and its students, its service personnel, and its teachers. So this is going to be uncharted waters for many years for all of us. But I think as long as we have open communications, recognizing that not everybody's going to love what we do, but what we did is, as collectively, when this board makes a decision, we've had your input, we've had input from Steve, we've had input from Dr. Miller, and we try to make the best decision we can with the resources we have. So, all the board members remain available for communication, but let's just keep talking and collaborate on how we can best deal with these challenges we all have. So thank you, Tim.
Mr. Croft, if I can say one more thing, thank you for doing that. The state needs to meet its obligations to us, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but the impact that board members and superintendents especially can have on those legislators is enormous. And I think if they feel the pressure from you guys, they maybe will move on a special session and meet their obligations, for all of us in education. And that's how we keep people here, and especially keep people hopefully well compensated and have lots of people in the county, because the smaller classrooms that we have is a better learning environment for our kids. If class sizes are ballooning past 35 in the high school, and that's what we'll be facing down in a couple of years, that's not a good educational outcome, and I think that they need to know that. So thank you, and thank you for letting me speak off the cuff.
Well, I think you get more done that way. And hearing Mr. Croft come out of your mouth is really quite uncomfortable.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. All right, that brings us to the consent agenda. I'm sorry, we got I blew right over the executive order on the vaccination. Dr. Miller?
Yes, I wanted to have a discussion with board members. As you know, on January 14th, Governor Morrissey signed an executive order 7-25 allowing religious exemption for compulsory school vaccines. Additionally, the Bureau for Public Health complied with this executive order. Additionally, the Bureau for Public Health is positioned to issue a letter to anyone who submits a religious exemption request that we will take no action to enforce the compulsory school vaccines. The West Virginia House of Delegates voted down Senate Bill 460, which would have allowed religious and philosophical exemptions to school immunization requirements. The bill had previously passed the Senate, but the House rejected it with a 42-56 vote. This means that West Virginia will continue to require students to be vaccinated for school unless they have a medical exemption. We are educating nearly 5,000 students with 800 employees, and I ask that our Board of Education members weigh in as to how we will be handling those enrolling without vaccinations.
Okay, so Barney, do you have thoughts on that before?
I do. I have a couple thoughts on that. So first off, I'm 100% supportive of, if there's a medical exemption, certainly no vaccines should be given. Otherwise, I think it's incumbent on us to protect the students, and I think we should mandate vaccines. That's just my feeling.
Thank you, Bernie. Ann?
I agree also with the fact that we have to protect the students. People are forgetting, Black Plague, the polio, all the diseases out there. People aren't living it, so they don't realize it, and we need to continue keeping it at bay, and the vaccines, it's just, I'd hate to see that go away, because how do they prove that is their reasoning for not getting vaccinated? Is this, what process would they have to go through to show that they don't believe or don't need the vaccines? So I agree with Bernie.
Why don't you go first?
Yeah. My position is that our only consideration right now is what are we legally obligated to do. So I think that as a board, we need to run that down. I would say that we should seek a legal opinion from legal counsel regarding the governor's executive order versus state statute, et cetera, and see what our legal counsel comes back with. After that, we could potentially seek an AG's opinion. But as a school board, we just need to follow the law and do what the law requires us to do, regardless of our feeling on one way or another on the exemptions themselves. So that's my position. So I would say let's go to legal counsel, seek an opinion from them. Depending on what they come back with, we could seek an AG's opinion, et cetera, and go from there.
I agree completely with Mrs. Adderall on this. We may have some varying opinions on vaccines, but that's not the question before us. What is before us is there's Executive Order 7-25 issued by Governor Morrissey that is essentially creating an exemption for religious. They are tying the freedom of religion to what is deemed a fundamental right of public education. And this isn't as easy an analysis as you might first think. This has multiple tentacles to it. You're going back to the division of powers within our state. You've got the executive branch versus the legislative branch. We know that the legislative branch was unable to pass legislation, and then the executive order is issued. So we as a board composed, are not legal experts. Molly and I are lawyers, and we have our opinions on this, but I think the board overall needs an independent opinion from council saying, look, I've looked at the board's duty to provide for people's health under 1859. They've read Executive Order 7-25, they read the Constitution, Article 12, Section 1, that the state shall provide a system of thorough and efficient schools free of charge. And weighing those and seeing how the West Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals have construed that, because it went in some interesting directions during COVID. And so someone needs to run that down. And I think as a board, what we owe our community is to make an informed decision, which we don't have in front of us. Dr. Miller has had some discussions with our normal council who felt more comfortable saying, look, there are some folks that are more familiar with this space, and we're going to reach out to them and try to have a memorandum for us to consider between now and the next board meeting, put that to a vote, and then we'll see what comes of it. I have my idea of what I think we'll get back, but we won't know until council renders an opinion. So do you want a motion authorizing you to seek the opinion?
Yes, please.
Okay, so may I have a motion authorizing Dr. Miller to hire counsel to construe Executive Order 7-25 as it relates to the vaccination exemption request? I have a motion, I have a second.
Second.
Got a first and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That is a unanimous consent.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts on that, Dr. Miller?
We have been contacted by people that would like to enroll, so I will be getting on this tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that brings us to the consent agenda. Other than paid bills, is there anything you want pulled off, Molly?
Yes. 7.5 and 7.6.
7.5, 7.6, and 7.7. So you want to kick us off with 7.5, the WVU affiliation agreement?
Sure. My first question was that one. It says it's a 5-year term. So does that mean that this is the first time we've looked at it in the last 5 years?
Yes, and I sent it to council to get approved to look over.
Okay.
I'm working with them.
Okay. Because I know with a lot of these are just year to year, and so you're like, you saw this last year, Molly.
You saw this.
Saw this 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And because this isn't procurement of funds or anything, it doesn't have to be an annual renewal. Yeah. Okay. That's my only question on that.
It really is more dependent on the universities, their process for this. So.
Okay. That's all I had on that.
Okay.
Let's see. I can move to the next one unless anyone else has a question.
No, I think we're good if you move to
It's just me.
7.6, budget supplements
Yep.
transfers.
I was just curious on this one. It says RHBT state supplement in the amount of $7,007. What is that?
At the beginning of the year, we get credits from the Department of Education to pay for PEI and our health insurance. There's an amount at the beginning of the year. This is truing up the amount because they give an estimate, and then we don't get a true amount until May. So this is the true up. So basically, we're losing $202,000 in credits.
I was going to say, these are in parentheses, so this is negative.
This
right?
is negative, correct. We are losing that money, yes. That was budgeted money that is now not coming.
That isn't coming.
Correct.
Because
of their estimates.
Their estimates
The
were-
Department of Ed's estimates, correct.
as to PEIA.
Correct.
Okay.
Anything else on that, Molly?
No, that's all.
Okay, paid bills, since you're on a roll, you want to kick us off?
Sure.
I could ask, Bernie, do you have paid bills in front of you?
Come on. Of course he doesn't.
Got a mouthful of chocolate right now. I wasn't expecting you, Steve, so, but there was one that I had a question on, is check 23612, Achieve Behavioral Health, which just, is that 2 months worth of work? Because it seemed to be about double.
Yeah, it was high. Yeah, it's 2 months worth of work. So
Okay.
it's last month and then clear up to this month.
I just wanted to verify that that wasn't 1 month of counseling.
No. I actually called and asked that question.
All right, and then 223678 Siemens, BEO video intercom, and Was that one discussed at our special meeting?
It was, but they had to come back and move some things around.
So this was something already in place?
It was
Is
already
it
in place.
those?
No, it is the front door camera, the buzzer, that if you walk in our front door.
Right.
You have to buzz in, and there's 3 different cameras throughout the central office, so those had to be moved around.
Okay. And the 223692, which is the West Virginia School Boards Association, that $5,459, is that an annual fee for that?
I think
I'm
it
sorry,
said it
what
was.
did you say the number was again?
It says membership.
223.
And 223692.
692.
I'm just trying to say, is that our annual expense for that membership?
Yes, that's it, yeah.
And there's no other charges other than when you attend
And
conferences?
it'll be when you attend conferences, those will be the other charges that you should see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then as far as Mr. Harto as clerk of the works, how many more schools, that's got to be coming to end of life?
So you will see another half a month, but then his invoices will continue to pop up because he will be clerk of the works for the Whirling Park High School roof.
Because that's SBA as well.
That's SBA as
Okay.
well, yes.
What's the timeline on that?
All
It
sum?
happens in November. We're hoping to get done much sooner than that, but it goes through the end of November as it is right now.
Okay.
Hopefully the rain will stop. It's been rainy here the past month, so they have things in place that have not been able to start tearing off yet, just because of the weather.
Okay.
I have nothing else.
Okay, I had a couple. 223670, 44,000 for the Middle Creek Playground. Where's that money coming from, just out of our?
That was raised through Middle Creek.
Okay, just
but
coming through our budget?
Because it's a fixed asset, we are the ones that have to purchase it. And we purchase it through a cooperative agreement, but then the money that they raise, they pay Ohio County Schools, so it's a wash.
Okay, so they raised it just on their own through
Correct.
their efforts. That's awesome.
Correct, through their PTO.
That's great. Congratulations to them.
I think we kicked in 5,000.
I know there's an amount that we
We
typically.
do that, or it might have been 6. We do that for every playground that
Right.
comes through.
Is it a whole new playground? With all the bond
I
work?
don't think it's a whole new, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was,
Excuse me.
pieces like
It was
a
canopies, wasn't it?
Block wall type thing.
Okay.
And a jungle gym type piece. So they had the swing set that's out there, and then the wooden sort of like ship area, that they could play in.
Okay, cool. And then 223679 to WTOV, 11,735 for digital advertising. So what was that for specifically?
That was for the advertising we did throughout the school year.
For the whole year? So I know we talked early on about like approving a certain budget amount, so this is a portion of that?
It's the end of it as well.
That's the end of it?
Yep.
Okay. And so before we would look at a new contract before we started with them again?
We would.
Okay.
We've already started looking into where the most strategic places are and where we could not use as much, so, yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have on the paid bills.
Thank you. Okay, so let's put 7.5, 6, and 7 back in the consent agenda, and I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, items 7.1 through 7.8.
So moved.
Can I have a first, may I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, thank you, Bernie. And Ann. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all of those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous consent. We have no delegations. Any additional board member comments, Molly?
Yeah, I'll just say, Mr. Jordan, I saw he's retiring, we talked about that. When I first got on the board, he called me right away, like right after I took the oath, and invited me to come over and see his school and hear about how great it was and hear about his great test scores that he has over there. And he's invited me multiple times since then, and it really is a great school environment that he's cultivated over there. He's done a great job, so I just want to congratulate him on that and thank him for
reaching out to me as a new board member and throughout my term, and just for all that he does for that whole community. I know that he's really done a great job with the community as a whole and with all of the families of his students. So, and then Dottie Boyd, also, she's been a constant up at the high school when all three of my kids have gone through there. So thank you to Dottie for always being a pleasant face and a pleasant person to interact with.
Thank you, Molly. Ann?
I'd also like to say to Mr. Jordan, I mean, great job what he's done with that school. And Dottie Boyd, I've worked with her all the years that she was there too. And her, Joyce, and Paula, I mean, we're losing the backbones here, so we got to get some new ones. But thank you to all of the retirees. But Dottie Boyd's going to be missed at the high school. Thank you.
Bernie?
Yeah, I just want to, just what everybody else said, congratulations on your retirement. Best of luck, that's all.
The only thing I'd add is if we want to keep people, we got to pay them. All right. Future meetings, Tuesday, May 27th, 2025 will be a regular meeting here at the board office at 6 p.m. Monday, June 9th will be a regular meeting at 6 p.m. at the board office. Monday, June 23rd will be a regular meeting at 6 p.m. at the board office. There will be no further business before the board. This meeting